Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm setting up for the show.
Yeah, I can see that, but that's my seat.
Oh, I figured we'd switch it up.
Yeah, but like that's where I've been sitting. That's my fucking seat.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, you're in my fucking seat. I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of my seat.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right.
What do I pay you for?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna start with that.
Still haven't gotten my creative practice hour.
I forgot that I could just set this in the middle now.
Welcome. Oh yeah, you need your book. I had mine in my back pocket.
Cause I got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is ranking a dessert.
Welcome back to Rankings,
Welcome back to Rankings.
the show where we rank things. Wow, still got it.
Still, I would hope so. It's the 6th episode.
We're brought to you in new clothes because it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me,
Yes.
and I'm feeling good. What up? What up? What up? What up? Do you know that song?
I do.
Okay, good.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Nick.
And
On the right spot of the couch.
and we're ranking desserts today.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a great episode.
I'm excited. I love desserts. I have the sweetest of sweet tooths. At Dairy Queen, my Blizzard used to be the cotton candy Blizzard.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, and that's just sugar and ice cream. It's not anymore. I've moved to a new Blizzard, but I don't want to say which one because it's themed after dessert I have on my list.
Probably took the cotton candy one off the fucking menu. It's probably horrible for you.
Yeah, I think they did. I think I remember they got rid of it, and that's why I switched.
Like, why is this ice cream gritty? Before we start, because you are always giving me drinks when I'm here, and you are always bringing drinks to the show, I brought drinks this time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's sick.
Because I always feel bad. So I brought
it's
us
all good.
extra large bedrolls.
Oh, this is the best gift anyone has gotten me in a long time.
They're huge, and
This
they were
is
on
incredible. This is wow. Thank you for the bedroll. Hey,
Absolutely. Cheers.
Wow, that is so nice. My morning is so much better.
I know, right? We're going to be able to make it through the day now. Holy shit.
We are. Wow. That is
Isn't that nice?
that is so
500
refreshing.
milliliters of just like
Yeah.
straight
The
caffeine.
next episode would
How
just
many
be like,
milligrams
okay,
are
we're
in
gonna
this?
be ranking. Put things on lists.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, desserts.
All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Before we get into this, what
Absolutely.
do you do
Wires
birthday
are
cake
tangled.
for your birthday, or do you do something different? Because I feel like nowadays most people don't do cake anymore.
I don't know. It honestly depends.
I should say I don't do cake anymore.
We mostly have cake, but it's like, I don't know, like there's other fun stuff. Like you can have like
Yeah.
pies and stuff like that for birthdays. I feel like that's cool.
I think so too. I think there's a lot of variety of desserts out there. It's like you don't need to limit yourself to a birthday
Yeah.
cake, especially when like how many times you've been to a birthday and someone's like, I don't like cake.
I kind of like the
Like, all right, cool. Have another salad.
yeah.
I
Why'd
guess.
you come?
Yeah.
What did you expect there to be?
just leave your
Have
gift and
another
leave?
salad. Yeah.
Oh man.
I gotta untangle myself here. I don't know how I
I'm
did this. but-
also a little bit tangled. Great movie.
yeah, incredible movie. We
Not
should
good
rate
enough to
animated
make
movies.
it on our movie list from the first go around of this.
Yeah, we did do movies, didn't we?
Yeah, that's how we ended the first bit.
The first.
I did
the
wanna
live. Yeah,
say-
the live series. Yeah.
I did want to say
Yeah.
a little thank you for 25 subscribers.
25 subs.
That ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
No.
In what, like a month?
Yeah, and also mind you, like yeah,
channel
25 subs.
pre-existed.
That's all great, but also like just the amount of views we're pulling in is insane.
I think that the repilot is up to 146, and then the
yeah.
second one's at like 140,
Yeah.
and the third one's about to crack 100. Like these are performing really well, and we
Yeah.
have a quarter of 100 subscribers. Like I'm pretty pleased with that progress. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
I know we cracked like 500 channel views
Yeah,
like a week or two ago,
yeah, it's
and
crazy.
it's going up pretty quickly. So
So why not? What's a better way to celebrate than with some desserts?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that segue. Do you want to kick us off with your number 10?
yeah, sure, man.
I mean, my trusty notebook here.
Kat, do you want to come here? Kat? No? Okay. Your
All right.
your personal 10th best dessert.
My personal 10th best dessert. Now, this is because I feel like it needs to be on here because it is a classic dessert, kind of. But it's also like not really a dessert. at the same time, but I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. Muffins, just like muffins are a good dessert.
That's interesting. I do think I like muffins way more than cupcakes.
Yeah,
And they're about the same.
I will talk about that continue like later on.
I don't
for
have,
sure.
Okay, because I definitely don't have either cupcakes or muffins on my list.
Okay, I do have cupcakes somewhere else later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then we will talk about that later on.
Oh, we absolutely will.
Muffins. Yeah, muffins are good.
Muffins are great, dude.
I always enjoy a good muffin. I like there are more desserty muffins, like a banana chocolate chip,
And
or
there's
like
stuff with like filling, like muffins with like a good like jelly filling are like so good.
I feel like just like growing up where I did, I just got so used to like the grocery store muffins, you know, where it's just like But like now I have like bakeries at my disposal.
Yeah.
So I can just go get like you get an actually like good muffin, you know, where it's got a little bit of like a harder top part, but then once you bite into it, that's a good pick. I didn't think of that.
Absolutely.
My number 10 is also a little bit of an unorthodox pick, and this is something I hated as a kid. I fucking hated this.
Okay.
But now it's so good.
I find that so funny with desserts. How like half the desserts you fucking hated as a kid, and now every single one of them you're like, all right, this is okay in
'cause
moderation.
When you're a kid, I feel like you're just like, if it's not super sweet, then I don't want it.
I hated mustard for like 3 months as a kid. I don't know what the
Really?
fuck got into me. Just like
I love
mustard in
mustard.
general, I hated. I remember my grandmother being so mad at me because I wouldn't eat anything with mustard on it. She's like, "You grow the fuck up."
Yeah. Did you want this Costco dog or not?
Yeah, paid good money for this.
Yeah. My number 10 is a butter tart.
Oh, dude.
I love butter tarts.
Fuck yes, that should have been on my
they're
list.
so good.
Shit.
But to me, that seems more of like it is a dessert. It is definitely a dessert.
Yeah.
But I don't think it screams dessert as much as other things could.
Yeah.
But butter tarts are really good. I normally can only have also like one. They're very filling and they're very rich.
Yeah, that is but that's like kind of an upside of them as well. Like, I feel like with some
A
desserts,
one and
you
done
just,
is
you just
so
start
good.
fucking inhaling them. But like butter tarts, yeah, you have one.
Yeah, and then you're good. You know, it goes good with a lot of things. I think I've talked before on the show, and I've talked before in life about how I like black coffee. I've talked about it today.
Yeah.
Butter tart, black coffee, delicious. Same with my number 1 pairs really good with coffee.
That's like screams mid-20s.
I thought you were gonna say screams like 80s because that's what I was like. I love a good butter tart and some black coffee.
No, I mean like age-wise. Like it's like that's like I feel like I would hear any 25-year-old say that. Like if I walked up to any 25-year-old in the street and I was like, "What do you do in the morning?" Like, "Oh, I get a black coffee and a butter tart at the local cafe."
Yeah,
I feel like that's just something.
That's an art student. Like, yeah, it really fits with my satchel backpack. Something that has had other people just peg me for an art student before they're like, "Oh, are you in the arts here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What gave it away? The wad of script in my hand?" They're like, "No, your bag and your outfit." It's like, okay, yeah.
You
fair
actually
enough.
dress well.
That's how I should have chose to taken it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a good classic butter tart.
Dude, butter tarts are so good. The one thing I don't like about butter tarts is when the pastry itself is too dry. But I don't
it's,
like
too
that
crumbly,
with
yeah.
any pastry.
That's true.
Dry, I don't know who the fuck out there is liking dry pastry. It gotta be the old people. It has
That's
to be
true.
the old people because it's the same. Like again, old people also just like get their steak cooked to shit.
Yeah.
I remember I worked in a kitchen for a long, long time, and every like 80-plus-year-old that came in was like, "Can I get my steak well done?" I was like, "You don't have real teeth. How are you getting through that?"
Hey, every meal I make is well done, okay? Dry pastries are bad because they crumble immediately, and like I like with a lot of pastries, I do like when there's like a little bit of crunch, but I prefer them to be soft overall. So I was kind of getting at the muffin is like I like when the top is like kind of have like a tough exterior, but it's all soft inside.
Yeah, and it needs to be. I know people hate this fucking word, but it's a good word for it. It needs to be moist.
Yes,
it needs to be a moist
it does.
muffin.
I've never had a problem with the word moist.
Neither have I, and I don't understand it.
I don't know if there's any word that makes my skin crawl. I don't know.
There's not. If you don't like the word moist, grow up.
Moist.
This would be the hate our fans episode. Anytime something comes up, it's like grow up.
I can start to pinpoint now when we say something like I'm gonna have a family member or friend text me about that later and be like, I hate the word moist. You're wrong. I was like, yeah,
that's a horrible take. Yeah. Your show sucks.
and you suck and you're disowned from the family.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're number 9.
My number 9 is a classic. Again, I feel like it needs to be on here, but it's not like a. What's that? He's just trying to get
he's
in.
back there.
Yeah, he really is.
That's cat's under the TV right now.
He's careful. I'm not too worried.
He is careful. Yeah.
Like a little moving slinky. Anyways,
What did he want back there?
I don't know. He was looking like he was trying to get behind everything.
Maybe he thought we had butter tarts.
Yeah. Number 9, donuts.
Donuts are an incredible pick. They will be coming up on my list.
Okay, so you like donuts.
I do.
Shit.
Yeah, so does the board. Oh God, did someone say donut?
Got excited. But no, donuts are, because it's coming up
Another
later.
incredible coffee-based pastry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or not coffee-based, but like pairs well with coffee.
Because it's coming up later, I'll kind of breeze through. But donuts are an essential. Donuts are a classic, especially in Canada with Tim Hortons.
Of course.
And I don't know, there's just so many different ways you can do a donut.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I don't know how I didn't fucking know this. For the longest time, I didn't know they were fried. Like, I learned that, like, deep fried.
Really?
I learned that like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Like terribly late for where I am in my life.
How did you think they were made?
I thought they were just baked.
No.
I'm like, I found that out
It's
and I was
not
like,
like
that makes
super
so
common
much
knowledge,
sense.
but like you worked in a kitchen, so I just kind of assumed
You know why I found out?
because you.
I saw someone playing Papa's Donuteria. And I'm like, why are they frying them? And
I
they're like,
found out
how do
from
you
a Game
think
Grumps
donuts
video
are made?
when the from their 10-minute power hour when they like made donuts for one.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
they put it in the fryer, and that's how I found out. But I think that was like 2020.
I don't know why
2019.
I've not known that. Again, like even when like we used to go to there was a farmer's market back home every Wednesday, and my grandmother used to take us every now and then, and my little sister and I, we would beg her to take us to the little mini donut cart. And even then, they would show you how they do the donuts and make them. They would make them right there. And it's a big vat of fucking oil. I don't know why it never clued into me that they're fried. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, mini donuts, donut holes, or like they're Timbits. They're Timbits here, but I think that's just because we don't have anywhere else that sells donut holes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's just so many good ways to do donuts. Do you have a favorite one? Because I have a favorite one.
My favorite for a long time was Boston cream.
So mine was when I was a kid too. Then I had it's like a chocolate glazed, you know, where it's like a chocolate donut but glazed.
Yeah.
Like the actual batter is chocolate, so it's the batter's flavored raspberry and it's glazed and it's incredible. It's a great donut.
Oh, that sounds good. My favorite thing recently, I texted a friend, and I had like a Boston cream donut at my house, and I texted this friend, and I was like, just sitting here enjoying my creamy Boston. And she's like, what the fuck is a creamy Boston? I'm like,
it's his donut. It's incredible.
You know what a creamy it's a creamy Boston. I like sent her a photo of my donut, and she's like, you're fucking horrible.
I want to go to Tim's now and be like, yeah, just one creamy Boston, please. That's all.
I get a creamy Boston.
Yeah, that's what we called. That's what we called them in Park your car in the Harvard Yard and order yourself a creamy Boston. Forget about it. That's
if we ever get American fans, they're gonna hate us. Well, specifically Boston.
Yeah,
Bostonian.
Hey, you guys have Harvard, all right? Give it cut us some slack.
Hey, we've got
the Raptors won in 2019. That was still pretty recent.
Yeah,
I was running through. I was like, we have the Jays. No, we have the Leafs. We have.
No, Leafs made it the second round.
That's true, and that was exhilarating.
And they clinched the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Well, I being a Leafs fan is like being is like I can fix him. Like
I can fix him.
Which, speaking of ice and hockey, my number 9, killing it with the segues today, is a very weird one. I know this doesn't really count as a dessert.
You're gonna pull it with shaved ice? Is that what you're about to say?
No.
I was gonna say who?
Yeah, just straight up ice.
Who hurt you?
This is more of like around the house dessert, but this is such an incredible dessert. Number 9, I have a creamsicle.
Oh, okay.
I love a good creamsicle, and I love a good creamsicle flavored anything.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never once had something that's been creamsicle flavored that has been terrible.
No, creamsicles are really good.
Yeah.
I like them. Okay, so you know what? You know the kind of like, wasn't like a creamsicle, but you know like the like ice pop kind of like thing that I enjoyed as a kid?
Like the rocket one that's like blue, yellow, or red?
Yeah, like that's the ice pop. But you know what kind of those that I like really enjoyed as a kid?
Oh.
Did you ever hear?
No, I never healed.
Of Peelin' Pops.
No.
Okay. Like, definitely horrible for you. Definitely atrocious for your
And
everything.
I would never put anything horrible for me in my body.
Yeah. Whips out a cigarette.
You tell your story while I light this.
But no, I loved Peel and Pops. My dad used to bring my sister and I to get Peel and Pops at the store when we were like I was probably like 10. They were like, it was like a banana flavored
Banana flavored
popsicle,
desserts are incredible.
but it was covered in like this like yellow gelatin kind of thing, and you would peel it off like it was a fucking banana.
I can take a train to get to where you live, and every time we talk about a food or a drink thing, you're like, "Did you ever have this?" And I'm like, "No." And it's like the weirdest. Like there was the canned apple juice, and like,
Yeah, wait, you never had canned apple juice either. That's right. I forgot that. Like that's such an old episode. I guess that's almost a year ago.
and that was from the summer ones, which might as well have not happened.
Yeah, nobody watched that. Yeah, if you want to go watch the summer ones,
You
don't.
should. Oh,
No,
should
I'm
not.
kidding. I'm kidding.
There's good bits in there. They're short. They don't take that long.
Somebody found our channel the other day, and they're like, "Oh, which episode should I watch?" And I was like, "One of the ones with a real thumbnail."
Yeah.
If you see one that doesn't have a real
Yeah.
thumbnail, you can watch it if you want.
The original series, I think, is pretty good. The summer series, I think, is also entertaining. They're very light. They're very
Yeah.
short. But I most of the time when I tell people to watch, they're like, "Yeah, just go to the new ones."
Yeah, I just watched the new one. But yes, creamsicles are incredible.
I had a hard time. I was going back and forth between fudgesicle and creamsicle, but I do
Creamsicle's
know
better.
that there's a lot more coming up on my list that are chocolate based, and I imagine that there's a lot on your list that like no, maybe not like always be chocolate, but like
Not
a lot. So
really.
many desserts like can have chocolate.
Yeah.
Donuts can have chocolate. I don't know if butter tarts can. I already forget your number 10.
My number 10 was muffin.
Oh right. Yeah, and those can have chocolate in it. I even listed one earlier. Some banana chocolate.
vampires, right?
yeah.
Like what?
Was
Are
this
you
the one where
alright?
we both had Hydra? Yeah. But yeah, creamsicle.
This Red Bull's going straight to me.
I can smell color. But yeah.
Come here, cat. Come here, cat. Have you ever seen what was the Family Guy bit where Peter milks the cow on Red Bull?
Oh yeah, and then Chris runs. Yeah.
I love that bit. It's such a good bit.
Your number 8 dessert.
My number 8 is okay. This is like for anybody that knows me, this is going to be surprisingly low on my list for them. But I have good reason for it being low on my list, and it's because there's really only one kind of this that I like. Like it's not something that I go out and buy anytime. I like my mother's banana bread.
Oh, that's fair. Banana bread is another thing that I think falls victim to like the grocery store thing where it's like if you get it from a grocery store, like yeah, it's good, but you might decide you don't like banana bread because you know when you buy a pastry from a grocery store, it kind of has almost that like sticky coating around it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, not a fan of that.
No, me neither. And you will find that on the grocery store banana bread. But if you ever like, I've been to like people's houses before, and like my mom just made this banana bread. Do you want to try some? And it's incredible.
Yes.
That's that banana bread
Yeah.
I love.
No, my mother's banana bread, I grew up, she makes it all, well, I shouldn't say all the time, because she doesn't make it all the time, but she makes an incredible banana bread.
She lost her job. We lost the house because she wasn't going to work. She's making so much banana bread.
So much banana bread, yeah.
Honey, you told me to make bread. This is what I'm doing.
We moved into a trailer home because my mother couldn't stop making
Yeah,
banana
Lewis's
bread.
family was actually the family that lived in the shoe. from that tale.
Yeah.
She had so much banana bread she didn't know what to do.
Yeah. But this is like, I don't really have much to say about this one. It's just, I shout out my mom.
Yeah, shout out Lewis's mom. Shout out banana bread.
We had an idea.
What did I say for your last one? Banana-based desserts.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
They are. I just like bananas.
And I'll bring it up again for another one of mine.
Hell yes.
I specifically bananas. But banana bread is a solid pick. I don't have it on my list, but I didn't think of it. But that's a good pick.
Yeah. I was gonna say we toyed around. I remember nobody knows this yet, but I was talking maybe last time we recorded, it's probably like 3 weeks ago. Has it already been 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is insane,
dude.
I know.
And I threw out the idea of having like both of our one of our parents each on the episode, because we have the capacity to have like 4 people on the episode at once, and I threw that idea out there, and so I was visiting back home I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I threw the idea out to my mom, and she goes, nope. Nope. Not doing that.
I don't want to meet that Nick boy's parents. or him.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He seems like a delinquent.
Yeah.
I don't like art students, and he looks like one.
Have you seen his bag?
Yeah, that shit's horrible. I hate that fucking bag.
That's so funny because you know what's hilarious is when I went home for Easter, my whole family hounded me to have them on an episode.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I want
to
do it. I'm gonna force my mom to do it anyways, and she knows she can't say no. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I would have family on, but like not at the rate I think they want. They were talking as if like I would sit there and be like, yeah, the next 9 episodes I will have each one of my uncle's cousins, and I was like, yeah, no.
Tune in for season 15.
Yeah,
we finally
finally recast Lewis and
we recast Lewis
with my extended family.
It's a podcast episode with 15 aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, it's like, what is your favorite thing? And then it's just fucking garbled gibberish for 5 minutes. Yeah. And you're like,
I feel like everyone's shouting over each other. Rabble.
And you just hear, you're wrong, like somewhere in the middle. Someone starts fighting, and you're like, Aunt Lucy's at it again.
It's like the start of like a true crime documentary, and then it cuts to black, and it's like, that's how the family fell apart.
Yeah.
We're sat down with original co-creator of Ranking.
Yeah. So it's December 1st, 1963.
The day before it hit the fan. They can't swear in these true
yeah. Before it hit the fan.
Anyway, desserts.
What a good bit. Holy shit.
My number 8. So I was talking about this.
Yeah.
As I've grown up, I've just started to like this less.
Yeah.
When I go to a birthday,
Yeah.
And I'm not like stuffed. Some birthdays I've been to, like people like really go all out for dinner, where it's kind of like if they get I just like the most recent one I went to, there was like 2 of the big pizzas, like square pizzas, and then like a bunch of like subs that were cut up.
Yeah.
So we were eating good. So I wasn't that hungry when the cake came out, and that I can understand when people are like, I don't want cake.
Yeah. Get it out of my face.
Because I had a very thin piece of cake.
Have you seen the videos of like them using like sharp knives and cutting cake? And they're cutting off the thinnest fucking slices.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just a waste. Nobody's fucking eating that.
It's like, cool. Thanks for my paper of cake. But
paper slice of cake.
But as I've grown up, I've stopped liking cake as much.
Yeah.
Icing, it's mainly icing I've stopped liking.
Yeah.
And cake itself is not that most cakes are pretty basic that you would encounter in like day-to-day life. It's just like vanilla or chocolate flavored and then icing. I like ice cream cakes, but I have cake at my number 8 just because it's kind of like apples for me, where it's just like too basic, but not exactly apples, because it's good enough to go on my list.
Okay. Cake is on my list. And it's in the top 5. But it's not like very far.
There are some incredible cakes out there. I just know for me personally that I would pick all the desserts I have above cake over cake. But I don't dislike cake. That's why I had to put it I was sitting there and I was debating putting it at 10, and I was like, I cannot put a creamsicle above it cake.
It's the same thing for me with cake, where it's like I need cake to be moist. I need it to be like
dry cake. Yeah.
If there's dry
fun.
cake, it's just like if I wanted to eat sand, I'd go to the fucking beach.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not going to the bakery.
And believe you me, I will eat sand at the beach.
I'll do it. I'll do it. We cut to a
metal
clip of me
detectors are a
eating
huge
sand.
waste of time. I just go there and eat the sand and I find stuff.
Yeah. I inhale the beach and then I just end up finding everybody's lost wedding rings, selling for a profit.
Stop! like shoveling it in your mouth.
Mommy, what are you doing?
Just run. Don't look. Just run.
I am not equipped as a parent to deal with a man eating your sandcastle.
Is that Lewis from Rankin?
I'm gonna get him to sign my apple. God. That's like a bit of rankings lore.
I'm not signing that shit. It's not a real fruit.
That's a bit of rankings lore. I would actually encourage new listeners to go and check out the original. There's a playlist on the channel of the original season, because we did our very first episode. Yeah. I think so.
For some reason, I didn't know that. I should know that. I didn't know that.
They're on there. There's 3 playlists on the channel. There's this one, there's the summer, and there's the original. I would highly check out the original so you could kind of see where it was a fun series. They're all like about 50 minutes because we were required by the school. And the first episode we did, the very first episode we did was fruits. Yeah. And we notoriously, as many people still bring up to this day to us, we left apples off. I think they didn't. Was apple on your personal list at all? I don't know if it was on either.
It wasn't on either of our personal lists, because then we talked about it afterwards. We were like, we're not putting apple on there. It's such a basic fruit.
Yeah, like initially, Sure. Do I actually hate apples? Like now, yes. But then, no. Now I hate apples because everyone was like, I can't believe you left the apples off the list. And now it's like, well, they weren't like.
I hate apples because it sets me apart. It's edgy now.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool to hate apples. Yeah. The thing is about our lists, right? Is they're concrete and they're set in stone. So when we have the top 10 desserts by the end, this will be factually correct.
Yeah.
So apples are not a top 10 fruit.
I wonder if for like our 50th or like 100th episode, because I think 50th and like that's a year in to doing all these, but like 50th or 100th episode, if we should revisit fruit,
or
do something like that, do something special.
Fruit.
I want people to know what they want us to do for like milestones and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I don't plan on stopping this anytime soon.
No, me neither.
It's like also been ridiculously easy for us to shoot. We shoot a few every few weeks.
Like it'll be a little bit harder in the summer, but not impossible.
I think
we'll figure it out.
And like worst comes to worst, we record even more episodes in one day.
Yeah,
we just buy more bedroll.
Yeah,
or, no, sorry, bedroll.
Yeah,
bleep bleep me when I say that. That'll be
perfect. I'll just take you saying bedroll right after and move it. So it'll just be like, we'll just buy a lot of bedroll. I mean bedroll.
Yeah. Put like I don't know. I don't even know what to put in there. Let's put like just my name in there. We'll just buy a lot of Lewis.
We'll just buy a lot of
Lewis.
Rankings. Subscribe to Rankings. You're number 8. 7. Right.
7. Pie. I love a good pie.
You know what? Never mind. I thought it was. I have pie.
It's
on
your
my
number
list.
6, isn't it?
Yeah, not my number 7. Okay. Yeah. It's not my next one.
Yes, pie. Pie is what a wonderful little dessert, and I like pie because it incorporates fruit. My buddy and I were talking about this last night because I was writing my list while I was on the phone with him, and he was like, "All fruit desserts are gas, and you don't think about that until you're older. But all fruit-based desserts, are so fucking good."
I fully agree. I want to say, what episodes have we done? We did Vacation.
Don't ask me, man.
There was. I talked about something in a past rankings. I know that like I love fruit-based flavors for most things.
Yeah.
For ice creams, for for pies and stuff. Like I will always go for the fruit-flavored thing over the ice cream is my big example for it. I like a lot of like tropical. I think I talked about it in the vacation one because I was like I like a lot of tropical flavors.
Yeah.
So I fully agree that it's like a lot of the stuff that's based around fruit is so good.
Yeah.
So good. So that's completely true. My number 7, because I have a bit to say about pie as well, but I'll get to it when my pie comes up. My number 7,
as per the usual.
As per the usual. My number 7 is a classic. Some of you might think of it when you hear dessert. Is a cookie. And there's a long variety of cookies out there.
Yeah.
I like a lot of them. Me personally, my favorite type of cookie is where the outside is a little bit crunchier and it gets softer as you go in.
Yes.
And it's like a Subway cookie, like a big one. Those are my favorite kind of cookies.
The only like kind of crunchy cookies that are like acceptable are ginger snaps. Ginger cookies, because like if that's okay to be tougher, but again, cookies need to be soft.
Yeah, I think so too. Although I do like Oreos, and I don't. For some reason I don't qualify Oreo as a cookie. I know 100% it is. I know it's a cookie. Okay, then I won't argue with you on that.
When I think about Oreos, though, I don't think cookies.
You know what? And this is
Oreos.
a compliment. This is a compliment to Oreos that like it does feel very much like its own thing.
Yeah.
I like that cookie. I do also like the one where it's like similar to an Oreo, but the cookie is tan and it's got the jam circle in the middddle. Those are really good.
I know what you're talking about. I forget what the name is.
Yeah, so do I. I do like Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy is good. They're not as like some. Okay.
They're a nice snack cookie. Like if I'm at home, you know, like if I'm going in like somewhere for, I don't know, if I'm like having dessert for an occasion or going out to a restaurant, then I don't want a crunchy cookie. But like around the house, I don't mind a nice crunchy cookie.
Yeah, there's like sometimes where like it's really good mood, and then there's other times where I eat one of those. And it's just like I just like bit into just like a bag of flour.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah. That's true.
And it's just like it just falls apart in your mouth, and then it's just powder.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. And you're like trying to choke it down in like one piece. You're just like, can I get a water?
Yeah.
Can I get a glass of milk?
Like Oreos in milk, and I don't really like drinking white milk, so I never do it because then I'm left with just a glass of milk that I don't want to drink, and it's a waste of milk. But Oreos dipped in milk is like, I know people say it's milk's favorite cookie.
Yeah.
It is so true.
Yeah.
It, like if you have not dipped an Oreo in milk,
no, it fits so well.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
I don't usually dip cookies.
No,
in
me
milk.
neither.
It's just never been my thing.
I've dipped them in coffee before when I'm having them together. I'm learning this is a reoccurring theme for reoccurring theme for me is dipping stuff in coffee. But I just sometimes, especially in the calf last year when we had the calf in the dorm, I would pour myself coffee, and if they had the pastries out, I would sometimes dip them in my coffee.
Yes. The pastries at the calf. Damn,
The
I forgot
cookies
about
were
that.
so good at the calf.
Dude, I know.
They were like, I like when you can kind of, not like that it's a strong taste of butter, but I do like when you can taste the butter in a cookie.
Yeah, if you're a younger person and you haven't gone to university yet, consider going to TMU just for their calf food. I promise you, it's wonderful. The cookies are great, and so is everything else.
The cookies are great, but I can't with a good conscience.
The week of rice pilaf really made me feel good. I don't.
There were some hits.
Yeah,
Although
I liked
I've been
actually
to
when they
Guelph's
did Indian
Kitchen.
food. When they did Indian food for Diwali. That was a great week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have
great
been
food.
to Guelph's Kitchen, though, which I think is the highest ranked. It's either the highest ranked university kitchen in Ontario or in all of Canada. I think it's all of Canada.
They rank them. We should totally do a tour of
the universities.
Because I've always thought about this, and I was like, what if Rankings does do really well, and we decide that we want to go on like a mini tour? Like, what would we do on that tour? That would be it right there. We'd go to universities.
Then or we'd go like somewhere where it's like they like we'd go to places where it's like they have like a specific version of a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that'd be fun. I would do that.
If you want us to come to your university,
we're coming to where we are right now and where my classes are. That's
yeah.
So if you're in any of those places,
we can tour within like a 2-block radius without not feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Or without feeling a little bit uncomfortable, rather. I fucked up the joke.
Damn it. We're just going to scrap the whole episode.
All right, number 6, ice cream.
Ice cream, that's a solid pick.
Ice cream's a solid pick. I feel like it like just doesn't deserve to go any higher than number 6 though, because it's just like ice cream's good and there's like a ton of flavors of ice cream. But it's like, have you ever sat down? Okay.
I have. We're doing it right now, actually.
Have you ever indulged in? You don't have to answer this, but if you have ever indulged in recreational oregano. I don't use spices on anything. No, I don't use spices.
I prefer nature's flavor.
Yeah.
I prefer nature's flavor. Now, excuse me while I drink this.
It's fucking. What are the ingredients of this? The first.
It just says water.
Yeah. No, you're indulging in pantothenate in vitamin B6. Pantothenate. That might have been French. That might have been the French side.
That's like that gives the same thing as xanthan gum. I think there's xanthan gum
I know what
in ice
xanthan gum
cream.
is. One of my favorite jokes to pull on people when they first started working in the kitchen was to get a little bit of xanthan gum and be like, "Here, try this. It's essential for seasoning things." And they'd be like, "Okay." So they put it in their mouth. Do you know what happens when you put xanthan gum? It's a powder. Do you know what happens when you put it in your mouth?
I don't know what happens when you put it in your mouth. I know what happens when you put it in something you're baking.
When it hits liquid, yeah, because it's a thickener.
Yeah.
When it hits liquid, it immediately becomes this slippery substance.
So then their tongue falls down their throat and they choke to death and die.
Super
funny
good
shit I've ever seen.
But it's also hydrophobic.
Oh, so it's like afraid of water?
I wouldn't tell them to eat it. No, what I would tell them to do is I'd put it on their hands and I'd tell them to feel it, and then I'd tell them to wash their hands. And they put it on the water and it would get all slippery and then they couldn't wash it off. So their hands just became slippery. I did have, when I first learned about it, the chef that taught me about it made me eat it.
Oh, and how did that go?
It was probably just about 10 minutes of this. Just like chugging water.
A little ASMR for all.
What was I talking about though? Holy, how did we get to xanthan gum?
Because you read the thing on the Red Bull.
And I was talking about recreational oregano. That's right. If you've ever indulged, you know that you get the munchies. You decide you want to eat a lot. Ice cream is one of the things that I find sometimes I crave. I don't know if you've ever tried to eat a ton of ice cream. You feel like shit afterwards because it's
like just in general
heavy cream. It's just a ton of cream. It's actually identical to taking a bottle of 35% cream and trying to chug it.
I could do it.
It's horrible. Do it.
Yeah. You underestimate my power.
Next rankings episode. Nick chugs a carton of 35%.
Yeah, I'm gonna chug a bunch of different companies' creams, and then I'm gonna tell you which creams please me. Welcome to Rank Creams.
welcome to Rank, please. What am I pleased by?
Today it was the sun. And my son, he called me.
Top 10 best eclipses. Yeah, the eclipse just happened.
Number 1, the
And, like,
one
this
I
is
saw
actually
today.
relevant.
Number
Yeah.
2, nothing else because I looked right at it. And now I can't see.
Yeah. Did you see that the search results for eyes hurt went up?
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's been memes and jokes and news articles.
It was all
for
cloudy
2
here, so we
weeks.
couldn't even like it got darker, but we couldn't even see it.
No, my room, I actually, like, I had to turn lights on in my room. I was trying to work. I had to turn lights on in my room. The street lights outside came on.
Yeah, I was in class, but I was told about the things. I saw it in the window behind me. Like I turned around, like, oh, cool, it's night out.
I live in a basement apartment.
daylight savings is back.
Yeah. I live in a basement apartment, and basement apartment during the eclipse is dark apparently, but as dark as nighttime. Like, actually, it was just nighttime out for me. I was like, wow, okay.
How long
this
have I
is-
been working on this?
I was like, it's 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's very basic in my opinion.
I agree. It can be basic.
It honestly could have gone lower down my list. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it. I don't normally have it in high volumes anymore now that I'm older.
Yes.
When I'm at home, I have it a lot in a bowl just because we don't buy cones. But I do think like
Yes.
having a cone of ice cream. And again, I like the fruitier flavors of ice cream. On like a nice summer's day,
That's a classic.
there is no I think way to. Snow
That's,
cone
like,
is not
so-
on my list, but snow cone like I
I've
don't
never
even
liked snow cones.
No, me neither.
It's never been my thing.
Because I think they're
I
not
look at it and
flavorful
I'm like, that
enough.
doesn't look appealing either. It's just like a blue chunk of ice. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't.
It's not strong enough flavor. I don't know. I guess if someone gave me a free snow cone, then I'd like it.
the cones are usually paper and not waffle.
Yeah, and if you dumped it, it wouldn't even be a cone anymore.
No.
So it's just snow. It's not even snow. It's ice.
Your number 6 is pie, right?
Yes, my number 6
Yeah.
is pie. I do like a lot of pies. I also don't like a lot of pies.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
so one of my hottest takes that I get a lot of flack for is my take on apple pie, which is not that I don't.
Here we go.
I don't think apple pie is bad. I've jokingly said apple pie is terrible before. My actual thoughts on apple pie is that I just don't like it because I don't like how it feels when there's no top layer, especially when it's cold. Because to me, I'm a huge texture guy,
Yeah.
and having the texture of just like a crunchy but like wet and slimy apple in my mouth is disgusting. It's so gross. It feels like I'm eating like snot sometimes. It's disgusting.
I'm never going to be able to eat apple pie the same way after
honestly,
this. I
wet-
never think about
cold,
texture.
Oh, really?
I'm,
that must be a
I'm
blessing.
purely a flavor
Sometimes
dude.
I'll gag eating yogurt, like, and I like
Really?
yogurt, but sometimes my brain's just like, this feels gross, and I'm like, you're right. Let's spit this out. But
That's really funny.
apple pie warm is also like still kind of gross to me, but I do like an apple crumble, which is where there's like a graham crackery layer
yeah.
on top, and that makes it a little bit more like not dry, because I know we're saying dry pastries, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't make it dry, but it makes it less wet.
Do we count that as a pie? Apple
I don't
crumble?
know what else it would be.
I would count it as a pie.
I would count it as a pie too.
I count
love-
pie as anything that's like pastry with fruit.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like, you know, I think
there's
everyone kind of knows what
there's,
a pie
there's
is.
pumpkin pie too, which is also
Coconut cream is incredible.
Coconut cream is good. Lemon meringue is one of my
Yes,
favorite pies
key
on this
lime.
earth.
I like a key lime pie.
Oh my god,
I like
yes.
a good blueberry pie, good raspberry pie.
Yeah.
I like pies with a little bit of tang too, like my like fruit pies.
Isn't
I
it-
think I really like.
Isn't a
cherry
raspberry
pie's really
pie
good.
like a isn't that like a hacking thing too? Or like something
Maybe.
for like your computer? Isn't it? I thought a raspberry pie was. I don't know why that just.
I'll
sorry,
Google it after the episode, and if it's a term, because if it's a term for something, I want to know what that is, because it's like something super gross and horrific.
I know it's not something gross and horrific. I know it's to do with computers, but I don't know enough about computers to know what.
Yeah. Oh, it's when someone puts a raspberry Pi in your computer and now it doesn't work.
Have you ever seen one of my favorite YouTubers is Vlog Creations, and they do like really. The reason I like them is because like I like practical jokes and stuff like that, but ones that don't harm people. Like I hate when people go out and they're just a fucking nuisance.
Yeah.
So what are you really?
That's why I like
you're
about
not
Impractical
contributing to anybody.
Jokers is that the joke's on them.
Yeah, it's
Like
like-
they're making a fool of themselves.
It's like I think it's funny. Like that's cool. You're making the audience laugh, but like I feel like a good practical joke should allow the person you're pranking to also laugh.
Yeah.
And if they're not laughing, if they're actively upset, that also makes me not want to laugh. 'Cause I'm like, this. You just made
I
this
just
person
feel
stay
bad.
bad.
Yeah. You don't
So
know what's going on. Like that person was just walking down the mall and now their day's ruined.
I like this guy's jokes because he's really good at stuff like that. Like one of his most recent videos I saw, he put a door in the middle of a field and then hired a locksmith to come and open it for him. And like so, this one that he did is he filled up a computer, like a
I feel like
body
I've
of a
seen
computer
this.
with beans.
I've
with
definitely
beans.
seen this, yeah, and he takes it to
phoned
like a
computer
store.
repairman. He phoned a computer repairman, and he was like, and
I have never seen this before in my life.
they open it up, and he's like, "Are those the motherboards?" And he's like, "No, dude, this is food." Somebody, and like they turned it on too when they put all the beans in it and let it just fry itself.
That's insane.
So funny. So funny. I love that guy. Shout out Vlog Creations. Nobody cares.
I do like, yeah, especially me. No, I'm kidding. I like pies. There's a lot of pies I don't really, not that I don't like, but like just like, yeah, I guess I don't like. But I don't think they're bad. I just know that I personally don't like them. Yeah. I can understand the appeal with apple pie. I don't think people are crazy for liking apple pie. I just don't, and people think I'm crazy for that.
That's kind of valid.
So, but yeah, pie's good. I put pie at number 6 because it's like, I've learned to love it more than cake, and it just feels like most people like pie, but there's a lot of people out there who don't, but I feel like most people like pie, so I felt like 6 kind of fit right.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's why I put it at 7, same kind of thing. Okay, number 5.
Yes.
Into our top 5s now. Cupcakes is mine.
So that's interesting. We can go in depth about this because I don't have muffins or cupcakes. I feel like 9 times out of 10 I would take a muffin over a cupcake.
So I take cupcakes over because... Hi! I've never heard you make a noise. I'm not going to lie. Come on up, buddy.
Come on, Goober.
As long as you don't press the mute button and we're chilling. Huh?
Or you can just sit there.
Yeah, you can just sit and stare at us. That's okay. Live audience, let's go.
Yeah.
No, cupcakes. So I like cupcakes because I usually find that they are, again, same thing. When it comes to like desserts and like pastries and stuff like that, I need it to be like wet. I hate talking about this because it always sounds so fucking weird.
Well, I get what you mean. Not wet. Not like... I need my cupcake to be dripping. But
it's just like, I don't even put it in the oven.
Yeah. You just don't want
drink
it to be
the
dry.
batter.
Yeah, there's nothing worth it than having a dessert and just being like...
Yeah. So I find
Like
cupcakes
after.
are usually more moist than a muffin would be. And that's why I like the cupcakes.
I just really don't like icing anymore.
Okay, that's so valid. I understand that. Like that's it's like my thing is like I like icing in moderation, and that's like how like I am with a lot of desserts now. Like I like a lot of desserts, and I've always liked desserts, but now like I finish a slice of cake, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I don't want to touch cake ever again. And it's one slice. I think about that, and I'm like, when I was 5 years old, I would have fucked up that entire cake.
I could clear this box of donuts if I was 5, but now I have like 2, and I'm just like, I just want to lie down and not feel like this anymore.
Yeah, exactly, which is something I never thought would happen to me, but here we are.
Yeah.
So that's why I like cupcakes over muffins. I don't know why they're so far apart on my... Actually, no, I do know why they're so far apart on my list, because there's so much good stuff in between.
I like... Yeah, my problem... I think also my problem with cupcakes is that with... This doesn't happen that much with cake, but with cupcakes, people like do icing and they'll bring it up. Yeah. So you'll have like a first bite, and that'll be ratioed pretty well. There's a little bit of icing, but then you'll get to that middle bite where half of it is icing, and you're gonna have to bite through the icing, and you get a mouth, and it's like, I don't know. When I was a kid, I loved icing, but now it's so sweet that like I just feel sick.
I usually just eat the top off of a cupcake first.
I can't do that.
The thing that I've seen a lot of people do is cut the bottom fully off and then they put it on top.
I've seen
which
that
I've looked
too.
at that and I'm like, that could make cupcakes
way
more enjoyable.
It could, but I haven't done it, so in my mind they're shit.
Yeah. Shout out biased opinions.
Yeah, shout out my personal opinion affecting this, which is kind of the whole idea of the show.
That's the whole
anyway.
idea, yeah. If you don't like that, leave.
My number 5 is also the new flavor of Blizzard I get at Dairy Queen. My number 5, I've got cheesecake. Yeah. In the battle between cake pie and cheesecake, which I think cheesecake is kind of its own thing.
I qualified cheesecake as a cake, and that's we'll talk about this for the next like probably 10 minutes because I've got similar stuff next.
That's good because my real quick thoughts on why cheesecakes are different than cake is because there's cheesecake and then you can have like the Dairy Queen one that I get is the strawberry cheesecake Blizzard. So there's like you can get a strawberry, you can get a chocolate cheesecake. Like there's different flavors of cheesecake, and it's like a different texture that in my mind it kind of differentiates. Like I would count also ice cream cake as its own thing because it's made different and it's a different flavor. So like in my mind right now there's like this category that holds cake, ice cream cake, cheesecake, and pie. That's like it's all like bakeable in a pan type deals. Like, other than ice cream cake, I would hope people are not baking that. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Here's your puddle of ice cream.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
I love
it's melted on a paper plate.
Yeah. It's like candles floating in it.
They're not even lit. Yeah. They're like obviously like have been burnt, but they're not.
Chug. Putting down the ice cream cake. This is so I don't like this.
That's exactly
I
like
didn't even
drinking
ask
cream.
for a birthday.
It's not even my birthday.
I'm just at Chuck E. Cheese.
Forcing people to drink ice cream cake when it's not their birthday.
Cheesecake, like butter tarts, was another thing that I did not like as a kid. And then one day I tried. I'm like, this is incredible. Why have I not been eating this more?
Yeah.
I love cheesecake.
Yeah.
Such a good flavor, such a good texture. Cream cheese is just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheesecake. Well, we'll get into that more when we get to your cake one.
Well, number 4 is my cake.
Oh, well, look at that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I know we're going to talk about this for a little bit now. So the reason that I did not qualify cheesecake and cake together, and I didn't put them together, is...
Or that you did put them together?
Or that I did put them together, rather, yes. Is because there's just too much stuff. Like, there's only so much space on a list of 10, especially when it comes to desserts.
For sure.
So I was like, I need to lump these together. So cheesecake. Okay, so I'm gonna put a ranking within a ranking right now. Cheesecake's better.
Holy shit! This is the first time ever a ranking within a ranking.
Yeah, cheesecake's better than cake.
Yeah.
So cake gets like a 4.5 on the list, and cheesecake gets a 4.
Oh, like that's not. That's not like
That's
its
the-
score.
that's the ranking.
That's where it
Yeah.
is on the list.
Yeah.
So you had at number 5 was cupcakes.
Was cupcakes.
And then
it's cake, and then
4.5 is
cheesecake.
cake, and then 4 is cheesecake.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's kind of how I should run this, because I don't know. Cheesecake's good. Cheesecake is just that little
Also
bit better
richer,
than
though.
cake. And here's the reason I put cake above cupcakes as well. Same kind of thing with the moistness. Cake is usually a little bit more moist than a cupcake. I
Yeah,
just find
probably.
it's just better if done right.
Do you
If
think
it,
it's?
like?
And I'm not a baker, so I don't know.
Neither am I. I can't bake because
no.
it requires like. Baking's like actually a
It's-
science.
yeah.
Whereas like cooking is
like
like I'm
one-
gonna throw all this shit in
yeah.
a pan and it'll probably taste good.
Because yeah, with cooking, there's normally room to fix errors most of the time.
Well, because you can fix everything in cooking based off of taste.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't fix anything in baking
yeah,
based
like
off
if
of taste. You have to fix it based on ratio.
you mess up a step, and then you have like either a cake that's too solid or a
Yeah.
cake that's too like
You're done for.
It's people who can bake. It's a legitimate talent.
Yeah.
So I'm not an expert on baking, but I wonder if it's something of just like because cupcakes are all individual. Meow. That was a cat meowed. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. I didn't just meow at
It'd
random.
be wild if it didn't.
Yeah. Goober, come join. No Goober.
He
Okay.
just wants to meow at us every 5 minutes and then stare.
Maybe he's cheering.
That's what I was just gonna say. He's applauding.
Oh, is he gonna do it?
Is he gonna do the thing? Oh,
we got Goober.
Welcome, Goober.
We got our Goober back, Goober back, Goober back. We got our Goober back, Goober back, Goober back. We got our Goobers. Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with because you bake like one cake versus many cupcakes. I wonder if like when you like have to break them up in the tray, if that does something with the part of the process. Careful, don't sit on it.
He's probably not gonna press anything. It's pretty hard to press any of those buttons.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, I 100%. What is your number 4?
my number 4. Love this dessert. One of my favorite pastries.
Okay. Well, I would hope so. It's your number 4.
Yeah, guess so. Absolutely love me a good brownie.
Okay.
I love
we are
brownies.
Definitely going to be talking about that coming up.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Is it your next one?
No.
Okay, so then I'll vamp a little bit. Brownies. My theory about 2-bite brownies is that this is based on no
2-bite
research.
brownies.
They're so good.
They're
this
one
is,
bite.
This is based on no research, no evidence. This is purely me making up a story for 2-bite brownies.
Yeah.
This is my theory on 2-bite brownies.
Yeah.
They want it to be called 1-bite brownies because let's be real, everyone can do one in one bite. But
Yeah.
if you suggest to have the whole brownie in one bite, that would probably have more people be choking on them, and that would be a liability. So now they're 2-bite brownies.
That's smart, actually. I didn't think about that.
So that's based on no research, no evidence. That's just purely, I've decided that's the lore of 2-bite brownies. But I love brownies.
Yeah.
So
and I eat all of them in one bite, 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I eat them
probably
in two
two
if
in
I'm
one
if
bite.
I'm feeling safe, feeling like a good member of society.
yeah, if I feel like I've been messing up a lot and I just need to get some order back in my life, I'll have 2 bites.
Yeah.
I will never have a third though because that's anarchy.
No, one of my favorite things to do in the city is to walk up to the Toronto police, stare at them dead in the face, and eat a 2-bite brownie in one bite and see what they do.
Yeah, that's why we have to record these episodes in bulk, because you're behind bars.
Yeah,
for having
consistently behind bars.
just one bite of brownie in this city, you piece of shit. Like you're just handcuffed on the hood of the car.
Yeah, they got me again.
Yeah.
Third offense, eating a 2-bite brownie in one bite.
They would have been pissed if they saw me eat the 2 brownies in one bite the other day.
You could eat that shit in half a bite, couldn't you, Goober? 100%.
Yeah.
Half bite brownies.
He's gonna go do it right now.
Yeah, he's thinking about brownies now. He's leaving.
So you're number 3.
3. Let's go. My number 3. Kind of this one. I don't know if this is gonna be on your list. To be honest with you, I mean, I know we're in like the final leg here. This one's just such a good dessert in my opinion. Very good dessert that I've like in my personal opinion and from what I've learned to learn how to make, because people are impressed when you can make it, and it's not as hard as people think it is. Creme brulee. I love creme brulee.
It's really good.
I love just the whole cracking the top of it, and it's like
it's very satisfying
again,
dessert.
The texture of a creme brulee is perfect to me, where it's got like the perfect amount of like this sugar on top where it's crusted, and then you've got this nice soft middle. Right?
Yeah.
It tastes
also
so
very
good.
rich, which is a good
Yeah.
thing, because it encourages me to only have the one.
Well, yeah, and they usually come pretty small. Like you're not eating a fucking insane
true.
thing of creme brulee. Thank God.
I like creme brulee, especially like homemade creme brulee. I feel like I've never really loved it when I've gotten it anywhere though.
Okay.
Like when I've bought it at like a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never really loved it like that, so it's not on my list.
Okay.
But I do think it's good, and I did consider it, but I was like, I also haven't had it that much.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good pick. I can see the logic there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like weirdly similar to the muffins, where it's like I appreciate that it's like it has like the. Here's the exterior. It's like a different flavor, different texture, and then when you're actually eating it, you get a bit of both. They blend together.
Yeah.
It comes together. It's a good dish.
When I first started cooking, I always think this is like just a funny story because it's like it also shows cooking culture and how much I don't belong in it. When I first started cooking, everybody, because I was like, when did I start cooking? I started cooking like in professional kitchens when I was like 17. So I was young, and all of the like head chefs or like sous chefs, chef de cuisines, whatever, that taught me always wanted to make sure I knew how to make creme brulee because they had a saying, women love creme brulee. They didn't say women, but I don't feel like being misogynist today.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when I first heard that, I was like, oh. This is not. I don't want to hang around with you guys. You guys are old and weird.
I like creme brulee.
But I took the other side of that, the good side of that, and I was like, oh, learn to bake for people, like learn to make food for people. And that was where I was like, women like it when you cook. That's where I learned that from, in a really like shitty roundabout way. Yeah. But that's I always think about that whenever I think about creme brulee, and I'm like, that's really funny.
I wish I had a fish. No.
I wish I had a okay, Dr. Seuss.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. My number 2 is Swedish fish. No.
I was if your number 2 is Swedish fish, I was gonna throw my microphone at you. No. Give me that Red Bull back.
My number 3 is something that I had a very big internal conflict about, because I'm pretty sure on the show, I think on the Carnival episode that we did in the original season, I stated that I like this better than what is obviously the I feel like I just have to say my 3 and 2 together, because I had a huge back and forth of what I should do with these, because I used to always say I feel like good frozen yogurt is better than good ice cream. But when I thought about it for a long time, I was just like, I don't know, I was sitting there, and I like when it came down to actually like placing frozen yogurt above ice cream, I just couldn't do it.
You know what is actually better than ice cream? Gelato. Gelato is
I haven't
better
had it
than
all
ice
that
cream.
much.
Gelato is definitely better than ice cream. Gelato tastes like ice cream, like sometimes, but a little bit sweeter, a little bit better flavor, like more flavor. And
it's
it
got a
doesn't
little bit
make
more of
you
like a
feel
hold, right?
disgusting.
Yeah.
Which is one of the wonderful things about gelato. And
Yeah,
probably
you can
why,
have a gelato of it too. So.
Yeah, you can. It's probably one of the reasons why like the obesity rates in Europe are also just not as bad, because their desserts are also healthy.
That would make sense. I remember my elementary school used to have frozen yogurt days, and that was so good. They used to have they were like no bigger than this, but then one day they switched to being like this big. And that was the best thing ever. There were so many. I like fruit flavors. So like with ice cream, which is my number 2. Because ice cream is such a classic. There's a mom and pop shop by my house back home that well, not really by my house, but it's like drivable, and they have this incredible banana ice cream. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, like, I've never had a banana flavored frozen yogurt, and if I can't say with confidence that I think it would be better than the banana ice cream, then I have to put the ice cream above it. But I love both of these things because they both provide a very similar service where it's a nice, sweet, it's refreshing. I find in small, because especially with frozen yogurt, you're having like a cup normally. So it's already like, you're never having too much.
Yeah.
It's normally like the only way you can get some is in the cups that they have. And it's like, this is, if you can fill this up and this will be all you get. And it's good proportioned. I think it goes, I don't really like ice cream with toppings, but I like putting toppings on frozen yogurt.
Toppings on frozen yogurt. Wow. Toppings on frozen yogurt is really, really good.
I love good froyo.
My grandmother always used to have frozen yogurt around the house, and so whenever, because we used to go over to her house every week, like once a week for dinner, she would make us dinner, and she always had frozen yogurt for dessert, and we would always have stuff like different kind of fruits that she bought at the market or whatever to put on our frozen yogurt. And that was great.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of it's always so expensive too, which is the other problem. Frozen yogurt, it's always more expensive than ice cream, but it's just so good.
Well, because again, it is probably better for you in some ways.
I don't know that. I feel like it's thicker, right? So to me, that tells me that like there's probably more something in it.
It's like either way, I don't think any of it's incredible for you because it's all dairy.
Yeah, nothing. Well, in all fairness, nothing on this list is that good for you. But
except for my number one. My number one dessert is salads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray, yay! Don't you love a good green
salad?
garden salad? Yeah, fruit salad. Yeah.
I also just feel like I know ice cream is a little overrated, but like
That's why mine's at 6.
I feel like everyone loves ice cream, and it's so good. It's so like you can like. I feel like after most things, like if you're looking for something to do, you're like, well, let's go get some ice cream. I just like it's such a reliable. It doesn't have that Apple effect where I feel like it's so overrated and so basic. Effect. Yeah, I just feel like it's very popular, and it's like it's to me it's closer to pizza, where it's like when you have people over and it's like, oh, we need dinner, let's order pizza, and it's like, oh, we're out, and it's like we just finished, like, I don't know, we did sport, we did thing, like let's go out for ice cream to celebrate. And it's like it's nice, you know. There's a lot of different ways, like, you know, ice cream can be part of like milkshakes, like root beer floats and stuff. It's a lot more versatile than it gets credit for. Waffle cones are incredible. Good ice cream. Mm-hmm. Good ice cream is good. Hot take.
Good ice cream is good. So my number 2, I guess what we'll do, I'll do my number 2 and then you can do your number 1. I'll do my number 1. Okay. Because we just kind of like swapped roles, but that, like, I'm chill with that.
I was like, I don't think I can explain why frozen yogurt's my number 3 without explaining.
It makes sense, 100%. Number 2 is kind of similar to creme brulee in like some ways, but my number 2, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's probably because it has like a hold on my childhood and like everybody's childhood, just pudding. Pudding is good, dude.
I like pudding.
My mom also makes like a myriad of different puddings. She makes like bread pudding, tapioca pudding.
Damn.
And like I just like pudding.
My experience with pudding is exclusively the like snack packs. Okay. So like vanilla, caramel, and chocolate.
Yeah. And I love all those too.
I do like pudding. Yeah. I like pudding. It does the same thing for that yogurt does, where sometimes I'll be eating it, my brain decides, this feels weird, I don't like this, spit it out.
I kind of figured.
And I can't. So
bread pudding is like actually like a little bit more like, it's kind of like, it's a solid.
Yeah.
Bread pudding's got to be one of my favorite puddings out there.
Try that. I feel like I'd really like it.
So good. And again, like my mom makes, shout out my mom again, she makes incredible bread puddings.
Yeah.
Incredible bread puddings. So.
Are you just complimenting her so she'll change her mind and come on the show?
Yeah, please come on the show. I don't even think she watches. To be completely honest with you, I don't think my mom's seen one episode of the new series.
Well, then we have to. This is a non-miss episode. You know why? Because
I talk about you. That's why.
Yeah.
You should, Mom.
Yes.
You should watch because I talk about you.
Yes. Exactly.
This is how I portray my love. Yeah, I don't visit often, but here's your. You can watch me on the TV.
I'm on the telly. Well, first you have to broadcast your phone to it, but then I'm on the telly.
Yeah.
I like
number
pudding.
1.
My number 1.
Let's hear it.
My favorite dessert of all time is got to be donuts.
Oh, we're always so good on time.
1,000% it's got to be donuts. I love donuts.
Really?
I love donuts so much.
Yeah,
I get donuts. I get like 2 boxes of donuts for my birthday, so that way there's a variety and everyone can have like 1 or 2.
See, that's such a good idea for birthdays. Rather than cake, like donuts, or like I've even said like cupcakes are also good because it's just like everybody has cupcakes.
I feel like cupcakes are the step between cake and donuts.
yeah. It's kind of
go from
cake
like the revolving
cupcakes
to donuts, and it's like I love donuts. Again, I like them with coffee.
Yes.
Like I will never say no to when people bring donuts, so at least having a donut. It's my favorite dessert. Yeah. So many varieties. I love a good donut.
They're also good just like within our career, like a lot of the time people bring food to set or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you're and most of the time when people bring
It's a really
food
good
to set,
shareable.
a lot of the time when people bring food to set, they bring donuts. They bring a big box of Tim Hortons donuts. That's from what I've understood, or at least like when we were.
It's that and pizza.
Yeah, we worked on a show together. We were both writers for a little bit, and every time that we went to that, if there was ever food, it was either it was either Timbits or it was donuts.
Very nice of them, and I loved it every time. Timbits are also good. You know, I love donuts. I don't really, weirdly, I don't have that much to say about them because I'm just like, yeah, you checked all the boxes for me. You know, I like
That's
pastries.
the same with my number one. I don't have much to say about it.
What is it?
It's brownies.
Oh, let's go. I love brownies. They're great.
Yeah.
Also very versatile. Brownies also go incredible with ice cream. I don't normally like putting ice cream with a lot of things, but you have a good like warm brownie with vanilla ice cream.
God, yes.
It's a good pick.
I remember, how old was I? I was
Many moons
13,
ago.
12 or 13, something like that. Yeah, many moons ago. 12 or 13. My mom found a recipe for Nutella brownies. That changed my fucking life. I love Nutella.
That's fair.
I love peanut butter and I love Nutella. As you saw, there's an episode out there somewhere where I tried crunchy peanut butter for the first time.
What one was that?
I don't know why. I don't even remember why I did that.
It was one of the last batch. I think it was the first one from the last batch.
Yeah, probably.
I don't remember.
Which would have been episode 4?
Yeah, 3. Sandwiches. It was sandwiches. We were talking about PB&Js.
Oh, that's right. We only did 2
figured
the first episode. Yeah,
we figured it out.
It was sandwiches. Yeah, yeah. I ate crunchy peanut butter on the show.
Rankings.
On Rankings. Yeah. But yeah, no, brownies are just so good. As you said, like a nice warm brownie, like if it melts in your mouth kind of thing. Like it doesn't obviously melt in your mouth, but if it feels like it does, that's a good brownie. Yeah. Nice and soft. And again, it comes down to with pastries and stuff for me, that is the moistest of the moist. That is as moist as you can go.
Cream of the crop, literally, dude. Because that shit's moist.
Yeah, it's creamy. It's the creamiest of the creamy.
Creamy. Have you seen that guy on TikTok where he has he'll duet videos of it'll be that half a roll of cheese and the guy will cut it and it'll start because it's warm and it'll start oozing cheese on the dessert and he duets it and he just goes creamy extra cream, ooh so creamy.
I always think about when I'm watching shit like that in my room. If my roommate is sitting out in the living room,
it's what does he think I'm watching?
Yeah.
No, it's just fondue. Don't worry, it's just cheese.
He sent me a text the other day too, and he was like, "I just watched the new full episode of Rankings on the TV."
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, let's
That's
go."
Incredible. I earned us a sub the other day.
Yeah.
Because a buddy of mine was asking about where can I watch the show, and I pulled up the YouTube channel, and we were just hanging out. It was I think it was Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out watching the finals for the women's March Madness. And my buddies oh, anyone want to take a shot? And so I took a shot because we were just hanging out. I ended up taking, because the only shot glasses were double glasses. So throughout that my day there, I ended up taking 4 shots, but I earned us a subscriber out of it. So now I think that was our 24th. I don't know if it was 24th or 25th, but delinquency. I earned us that subscriber.
Yeah, exactly.
4 shots on a Sunday, and then we had a subscriber.
Yeah. But only a few more Sundays till 100.
Yeah. So if you find me and you have booze and glasses handy, I'll earn your subscription.
Yeah, we'll get a subscription for you.
So I guess now is the moment where we move on.
Let's break it down.
Yeah, to the breakdown, to the penultimate part of the show.
Penultimate. What a good word.
Thank you.
We really do need to do top 10 words. I really think that's the thing we should do.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Our favorite part of the show where we decide the official top 10 deserts.
Official.
Number 10, the Sahara.
Deserts, yeah.
So I'm actually not sure how we're gonna do this, because while I feel like there was a good few moments where we agreed,
dude,
I feel like so overall our lists were flipped.
Yeah, we had a soft disagreement on everything.
I feel like my high ones were low for yours and vice versa.
It's this is one where this is an odd episode where we disagreed but didn't fight about anything.
Yeah.
Which I think is always so funny. So whenever we have an episode like that where it's we disagreed on a ton, but we didn't really say much about why we disagreed. We just kind of disagreed.
Yeah, it's I there was a few times where it's I disagree with you on this, but I know this is just because of my personal taste. It's not because sometimes I'll be when I was talking about Big Bang Theory, it was I know I like Big Bang Theory, but I think there's shows better than it.
Yeah, like
and that's why I was so ride or die by it. But,
we argued hard about Big Bang Theory.
but this time, when it was like, I know, like, you like cupcakes. I don't like cupcakes because of how often they have a lot of icing. And I was like, that's not a lot of grounds to stand on to say this dessert is bad. So
God damn it, I'm not gonna lose this.
no, I disagree. I feel like so. I feel like the best way to do this then is to do it how we did last time, where we do our
start
five.
in the middle and then yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be the best way to figure it out. So
what do we think is the most mid?
I feel like the most middle of the pack one is pie.
Okay, perfect. I'm good with that because pie was my 7. That's 100%.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
So now we can go from there and let's go back up to 10. And now,
Okay.
like, while we're thinking about it, we can be like, is
What's
it better than
worse than
pie? So my number 10 was butter tart.
My number 10 was muffins.
I feel like we're not going to have both cupcakes and muffins. I feel like those are too
We can
similar.
lump them together for sure. For the sake of making a list that doesn't like that has enough space for everything, we can definitely lump them together.
So, okay, then I feel like we should write down cupcakes at 10 though, because I think that's more desserty. Like it'll be cupcakes and muffins, but I feel like cupcakes should be the face of the operation.
Okay. And then that would take 10. Does that take 10 because muffins are on it? Because if I was going just cupcakes, I would go down to like 7 with it. But if we're putting muffins with it, then I would bring it up to 10.
I would put some
because it matters the reasoning too. If you think cupcakes and muffins deserve to be at 10, or just cupcakes deserve to be at 10.
I think cupcake and muffins deserve to be at 10.
Okay.
But I was
if we're talking just cupcakes, I think it deserves like a 7.
Yeah, because like cupcakes, I don't hate them, but I don't love them, which is a hard spot for me. And also I'm trying to think in my mind because I'll say this before we get there. I also think cake should be up here.
Okay. Let's throw cake at 6 then.
Do you think cake is better than cupcakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was already on my list. Yeah.
Because I didn't know where I didn't know where I fell on that. I was sitting there. I was like, where do I think cake should go?
No, cake's better than cupcakes. A little bit of a bigger portion size. I also feel like a slice of cake doesn't fill you up as much as a cupcake does. Sometimes I have a cupcake.
Because
like,
the cupcake
ew.
has so much fucking icing.
God, this guy really doesn't like the icing. Huh?
Should we put butter tart at 10 then?
Yeah, run.
And then we'll put cupcake somewhere here.
Actually, yeah. So let's do butter tart at 10, and then cupcakes at like 9.
Butter tart.
Chill with me.
Cup.
See, my number 9 is donuts, and your number 1 is donuts. So we're gonna have to settle that.
Yes. I think donuts are better than cake. I can
agree with donuts being better than cake. I can put it at 4. I don't know if I can go top 3 with donuts.
It doesn't have to go top 3. I was gonna try and convince you to push cake up and put it at 6, but I will gladly throw donuts at 4. That makes sense to me. I feel like donuts in top 5 is good.
100%.
But I can understand from like a more objective standpoint that it's not like podium position.
I have banana bread on here for my number 8. That's also really specific. So I can understand why it wouldn't go on the list. And again, it's like one of those things that I kind of threw on there for nostalgia purposes.
I think I'm going to also veto my creamsicle. I feel like we have a lot of other ones that should go here. I feel like
in the grand scheme of things, like it can't really, and I'm gonna get flack for saying this. Here we go. But it can fall underneath ice cream for all intents and purposes.
Which one?
Creamsicle.
Yeah, I guess so.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as that makes sense to you.
It's less.
I don't care what they think.
Because creamsicle, because the creamsicle isn't it? It's ice cream and it's covered in something.
It's gotta be, right?
It's more ice cream than popsicle, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess for I think cookies actually should be number 6 and cake should be 7.
Cookies number 6, cake 7.
Yeah. I feel like I would much rather have a good cookie than a good piece of cake.
Me too. I rock with that.
Sick.
Should we do this together? You can get that half. I'll get this half.
Teamwork.
Yeah, dude. The power of friendship.
Yay! Hooray!
I don't actually like Nick. Just do this show.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
So then we have 1, 2, and 3, and 8 left. This is a weird position. So what do we have?
Yeah, it really is. Fuck, are we gonna throw at 8?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
so
wait, hold on. My ice cream's pretty high up still too. Well, it's at 6.
I have froyo, ice cream, and cheesecake left that I would like to put somewhere.
Do you feel like lumping froyo and ice cream together in order to make things easier? Because remember, I lumped cheesecake with cake on my list. Do you feel like also doing that?
Cupcake / muffin. Cake.
This is actually the most complicated list we've ever made.
Yeah, cakes.
Holy shit.
Cakes and co.
Yeah,
But I feel
I
like,
said all kinds.
but I feel the problem is I feel like cheesecake is so much better than regular cake,
It is.
which makes it hard for me to like is regular
Well, that
cake.
just makes this a 7.5, and that makes this the 7.
Yeah, but like, is cheesecake being dragged down because of cake? That's what has me hesitant to clump
cheesecake
them up.
is dragging cake up. Think about it like that.
Okay, I'm sold. Yeah, you've already won me over. Okay, so then frozen yogurt and ice cream, I'm a lot more hesitant to lump together. I feel like they're kind of. I feel like.
But you need both on the list. That's the thing, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm saying lumping them together is easiest for this list.
What's left that we want to put on here?
Okay.
We're obviously going to both
Brownies
put
for
brownies
sure.
in top 3. So.
Yeah. Actually, wait.
Because we might have enough to make frozen yogurt its own thing.
Because I've got puddings, creme brulee on my top 3 as well. The funniest part is part of this show is like originally when we started this, it was all about like it was a battle.
Yeah,
right?
it
We were
was gonna be
battling.
arguing.
And now like I think about this now, and it's like we get into this and we're like, oh, I don't want your number 3 to not be on the list.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
It's like, I think we're too nice to stick with the original plan for the show.
Yeah. I, for one, I do think ice cream should be in the top 3. I know you had it pretty high.
Mine was at 6, so it wasn't horrible.
That's true.
I'm okay with ice cream being like in 3rd. If we lump it with froyo, that's the thing.
Okay. So I feel like then I feel like the only standout here for number 1 would have to be brownies. Because that's my number 4. And that's your number 1.
So brownies is our number 1.
And I'm pretty okay with brownies being number 1.
Okay.
That makes
Let's run it.
That makes
We found our number 1
sense.
before we found our number 8.
That's crazy. This has never happened.
I like this new way of doing things though.
Yeah,
it makes things interesting.
Ice cream / froyo at 3.
Froyo.
So then we have 2 and 8. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think pudding is 2.
No, I don't think it is either. Which is okay with me.
I think
I didn't think it was gonna make 2
I think
anyways.
everything on my list in some way is on here already
What
because
else what else do you have?
I vetoed creamsicle.
Okay,
Butter tart's on there, cake's on there, cookies is on there, pie, cheesecake. My nose.
yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's okay. I have a crazy suggestion that I
Okay.
have just thought of.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I do like pudding.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Pudding's
not better
8.
than a butter tart or cupcakes and muffins. Crazy idea, right?
Bring these down, put-
Creme brulee.
Number 2.
At number 2.
Yeah, it works with me.
Was not on either of our lists, but I'm saying we throw fudge at 8.
Fudge is so good.
Fudge is incredible, and
Where
I can't
did
believe
you
I
think
forgot
of
about it. While we were talking about brownies. I was
shit.
like, fudge brownies are so good.
Fuck it.
Fudge is so good. Why didn't we put fudge on anything?
Dude, fudge it, dude. Let's put it on
Fudge
there.
it, dude. Just fudge it.
Fudge. Yo, a new
think-
challenger approaches.
I know how to spell creme. I don't know how to spell brulee.
BRU
BRU.
LEE.
Oh, it's that simple. Did
There's
I
an
even spell
accent
it?
on the E. There's an accent on the first
Is it?
E.
Is it? I'm pretty sure there's a hat on the one in creme. Is there another? Would you believe that I took French for most of elementary school and then all the way through high school, and now I'm sitting here writing.
I
creme?
also did.
Yeah?
I was in French immersion.
So was I. I was in French immersion until grade 6.
How did we not know this? We must
Yeah.
have had this conversation.
I'm
There's
sure,
no
but
way
I
we
feel,
didn't.
I feel like
We've known
that's
each other
so
for too
weird.
long at this point. To
Yeah,
not have this conversation.
I was in French immersion, and then after 6th grade, I was in English for grade 7 and 8, and then I took it all the way through high school as a class.
Because that would be why Atticus was in my classes as well.
Yeah,
He was also in French immersion.
That's
Shout out
right.
Atticus. I don't know if Atticus still watches, but shout out Atticus.
Yeah, maybe we'll just like I know some people like watch the show, but they don't like watch them as they come out. They watch them when they get around to it. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll get a text in like 3 months. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey,
What I am happy about is to hear that more and more people are watching all the way through.
yes,
These episodes average around like an hour and 10 minutes.
yeah.
Good job for making
Thank
it all the way
you.
to the end. That also means that we are entertaining, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, which blows me away too. That
Yeah.
our second most viewed video is like. The second episode is an hour and 40 minutes because we had a guest,
Yeah.
which just makes sense. But
Yeah.
I'm shocked that like 140 people watched almost 2 hours of a podcast from a channel that at the time had like 15 subscribers.
Yeah, I want to know what the viewer retention on that video is.
Yeah, I'm also curious, but I'll probably look at that. Oh, we have a finished list.
Where did you come from?
Yeah, that's it's so weird doing this way, but I don't hate it.
No, neither.
I guess we'll finally. Here's the part of the show where we let you know.
Yeah.
The outcome.
Yeah.
we have decided.
Ew, dude, outcome.
Crikey, welcome back to Outcome Steakhouse. There's the didgeridoo who owes me money. Okay, so I guess now we'll read off
You
the
want
list.
to kick us off with
After
number
that
10?
incredible joke. So at number
Yeah.
10, we have butter tart.
Number 9, we've got cupcakes / muffins.
At number 8, we have fudge.
Well, I don't know where that. Yeah, okay. At number 7, Cake & Co.
At 6, we have cookies.
At number 5, we've got a nice homemade pie.
At number 4, we got donuts.
At number 3, ice cream / froyo.
At number 2, we have creme brulee.
And number 1, we got brownies.
Nailed that.
Yep,
First try.
100%. You want to run it back?
Sure. At number 1, we got
brown.
One more time.
Where do you want to?
You start us because you're number 1.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
At number 1, we've got brownies.
There we go. I'm gonna leave all 3 of those.
The
in.
cat is so fucking bored.
Yeah, because he can't eat any of
You
these.
guys suck.
Yeah. Where was cat food?
You guys didn't put tuna on there.
Yeah, that's
tuna's a great dessert.
It always makes me feel great. In all honesty, I have no fucking clue how I feel about this.
Neither do I.
I don't dislike it,
Neither do
but
I.
I don't know that I like it.
No, this
I
is
don't
why we
know
don't post
why.
our lists online anymore.
Yeah, well, that and also it like, why watch the episode if you already know how it ends?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You could never know. There could be a twist ending. Next week, I may or may not propose to Nick.
And it's funny because we're about to record next week's like right after. So
exactly. What?
Okay.
You didn't tell me how to dress for this.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no, but I would have changed.
Have you ever seen those videos? I think those videos are adorable where like the dude proposes and then the girl's like, I wore sweatpants.
Oh, I've seen that. Like, yeah, she's on. I've seen the one where like they're on a cliff
I think
and their
it's
friends
so funny.
recording from far away, and the only thing you can hear is like, I wore sweatpants.